Hey everyone, how you doing today? This is Castro5661 and today we have our review on gut cases. Now we have two different cases we're going to get to today. We have the gut hang it and the gut sports sleeve. So we're going to start off with the sports sleeve. Now this case retails on the Gut Cases website for $24.99, which is a pretty high price for a case. But what they actually have going on their website right now is a 45% promotional discount, so you can roughly get this case for $13 now. Now it's made from a neoprene construction, a neoprene material, which is sort of like nylon, very stretchy, cushiony. You have the Velcro clip on the back, and you have a clear top window in the front. Now I want to say that this case is very well made, but when I say that, I'm talking about the materials that they use and the way it's stitched. It's very well made, but there are plenty of problems I have with this case. First off, inserting the case. It's not the easiest case to put on. You have your screen always touching the little plastic on the inside, and when that happens, as you guys see right there, your iPod gets stuck. Another thing, I'm scared that I'm going to hit my volume rockers. There's no groove, there's no indentation when you push it in, so you have to kind of lift the edge or push your iPod down so your volume rockers don't get caught. And that's always a hassle. Like right now, they're caught. Okay, there we go. So, very difficult to put on. Major down point right there. Another thing, button access. I said this case was very well made, but I was talking about the materials used and the stitching. Button access is terrible. For the power button, you can hardly access it. Sometimes this little flap ends up pushing the power button itself because half of that power button is covered up by this little flap. Volume rockers, well, I'm not going to knock on them too much. They're pretty decent cutouts. It's a big cutout around the volume rocker, so you can access that. But here we have a problem. Your sync cable and your headphone jack. Sync cable, I wouldn't say so much, but every time you sync, you have to massage this into place and then put your sync cable in and then let it go. Because if not, it goes right back up. And that headphone jack, this is one part of the case that they need to fix immediately. The only headphones I was able to get in here were the Apple standard headphones, and even those didn't go in to the point where they click. There's a little bit extra silicone or rubber that's sticking out right here, and it doesn't let you put your headphones in. And on top of that, it's a very small cutout, if you guys see that right there. So not very well made right there. Now the in the hand feel, it's pretty decent in the hand feel. It feels nice with the little neoprene construction on the back. Now they market this case as their on the go case, and I would have to disagree, because on the go cases is the case you can grab out of your drawer, throw it on, and go, and then you can use it while you're leaving and all this other stuff. This case is hard to put on. It's hard to take off. I'll take it off in just a second. But another thing is accessing your screen. It's very difficult. Sometimes it doesn't even move the screen. See right there? You have to push down because this little plastic in front, it's kind of at angles. It kind of goes up at one point and then goes down at another. So sometimes you have to push it down all the way, and this isn't ideal for playing games. If you're going to be using the sports sleeve, it's more of a case you're just going to listen to your music in. Now let me show you how to take it off. This is where you have a big problem, taking it out. As you guys see, you can't just pull it out like that. If you guys can look in close enough, you can see that little spot right there. It's getting stuck to my screen. So very difficult to pull out. The only way I can get the case out is by pulling up this little tab and pushing. What that does, it lifts the screen and it allows me to push my iPod a little bit. And I'm pushing hard, guys. I really am. And it's not coming out. See, there we go. We finally have it out. So overall, guys, I probably wouldn't recommend the sports sleeve. It's not for everyone. You might want to hold off because they're heading in the right direction. But right now, it's not at the point where I would recommend it to you guys to go out and get it. So that's my opinion on the sports sleeve. Once again, I'm sorry to say I wouldn't recommend it. But let's check out what the Hang It has to offer. Okay, so here we have the Hang It. This case also retails for $24.99 on the Gut Cases website. And once again, with that promotional discount code of 45%, you can roughly get it down to $13. Now, this case is very, very similar to the sports sleeve. If you guys take a look at it, they both have the clear top, and they both are made from a neoprene construction. But this case is way better well made. And when I say that, I'm talking about the stitching and I'm talking about the fit. Let me go ahead and throw the iPod in here so you guys can see. Now, putting your iPod in this case is way easier than putting it in the sports sleeve. It slides in a lot smoother, your buttons don't get caught, and taking it out, it's a cinch. Now, it does have the little volume rocker buttons right here, but I want to say that these volume rocker buttons, there's no indentation on the inside. It's pretty much just telling you where they're at, and you can access them pretty well. Once again, your power button is a little bit covered up, but with this tab, you can actually push it down, and also it doesn't really tap your power button when you don't want it to. And this case gets its name, the Hang It, for pretty obvious reasons. It has this neoprene lanyard, which is very cushiony and soft, and it actually feels pretty comfortable when I have it around my neck, but that's so you can just carry it around wherever with you. But what I find myself doing more than not is taking the lanyard off and using this little clip itself with the case. Now what you can do with that is you can clip it onto your belt, you can clip it onto your messenger bag, or you can clip it onto your backpack. I usually find myself clipping it onto my belt at school. And much like the sports sleeve, it has this clear top. But this clear top is flatter and smoother with the surface, I would have to say. On the sports sleeve, it's very bulgy here and there. And on the Hang It, you can actually access your screen pretty fine. But I still wouldn't recommend it for games. There's every once in a while where it won't move. Your screen won't detect that your fingers are, so you have to press it kind of hard, and that's not really for playing games. So once again, I recommend this case pretty much for music lovers, not really for playing games. Now on the bottom, you don't get a little opening for your sync adapter, but you do get a nice headphone jack cutout. You can pretty much use any headphones since it's a whole cutout right there. Protection. You're going to get that screen protection right there, and if you drop it on your sides, you're going to get some nice protection because it is a nice cushioned rubber. But on these corners, you're not going to get much anything right there because all four corners are sticking out. So if it drops on one of the corners, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get some scuffs, maybe a dent on the corners. Overall, I do like this case. I find myself using it quite a bit, probably 2 out of 7 days out of the week. If you can see yourself using a case like this, I would recommend it, especially since there's that 45% discount going on right now. And if you just want to check out Gut Case's other products to see what they have to offer, feel free to do so. Their website will be in the description. So I hope you enjoyed my review of these products. I hope it helped you make up your mind if you were on the edge about one of these cases. And I'll see you guys in my next review. This is Castro5661. Peace.